I'm Jen with Dream Dental Implant Center, and this is Dr. Bryan Hendriks. So we decided to do an interview since we have an upcoming course and it's going to be awesome. We have several doctors that have already signed up.
Yeah.
So a few questions. First one, instead of just doing dental implantology, you decided to teach it too. What made you decide that?
Yeah, so I don't know. I think it goes back to the fact that I'm a teacher by nature. One of the things that I love most is teaching. I teach everyone. Like, I can't stop talking. Most of the time I just, like, you know this personally, because whenever I'm with you, I'm like, did you know this? Did you know that? Like, I think that I've always just been a giver. And I think that that's probably one of the biggest defining characteristics of a really great teacher is someone that wants to give their knowledge. I think in general dentistry and specialty dentistry, oftentimes we are faced with doctors that give just parts of the equation. They make themselves look very, very intelligent and they show their best work. And I think it's human nature to do that, but at the end of the day, what really benefits people is to have an honest conversation about their struggles. And for people who've been following me on Facebook and on Instagram, like, I'm all about just being truly authentic and real all the time. I stopped hiding who I was, and I'm proud of who I am now. Like, I used to think that I had to be a certain thing all the time. And so what makes this why you say, why would you want to teach? Because for me, it just comes natural.
So what are the main objectives of this course?
So what's cool about this course is that instead of a 2-day course, which is what I taught last time, we actually extended to 3 days. And the reason we did 3 days is because in the last 2 classes I've taught all in 4, it was amazing. Like, it was awesome. But I felt like I couldn't give as much as I wanted to. Like, literally, we were going from 6 in the morning to like 7, 8 o'clock at night. And it was intense, and I didn't see my wife. And that's one of the reasons why I burned out, was having some balance too. So we're gonna start this course at 8 o'clock and end at 5 o'clock and have a normal life. But the objectives is that we have 3 days to basically dive into what has made me successful in implant dentistry.
Nice.
You know, I would say, if I was to say, what is my biggest pitch to doctors out there? It's this. If you're doing anywhere from, $500,000 to $1 million a year in revenue, then I really believe that coming to my course, you can go from $1 million to $2 million just with implementing what I've done. I mean, taking your practice, you don't have to do too many all-on-4 surgeries to be able to double your income. And so carving out a implant practice within your already general practice, that's probably the most ideal doctor, is someone that's already having some success and knows kind of who they are, what they like, and they're being drawn to implant dentistry because they feel like they're making the biggest difference. Then that's perfect, because I can take that and I can give you the right recipe, in a sense, and give you the right strategies to be able to go and just crush it in your area, so.
There are a lot of all-on-4 classes. Well, not a lot, but there are some out there. So what sets this class apart from the other ones that people could take?
Well, I think the biggest thing is I'm a general dentist, okay? That said, I'm not a general dentist. I don't ask permission from my friends who are specialists to, again, I don't ask permission because I believe I do right by my patients. I think we do the most amazing work here. That said, I'm not perfect, but I own every mistake, and I've learned from every mistake. And over the past 6-7 years I've been doing this, I've learned a ton. And so what makes me different is, one, I'm a general dentist that's teaching to most likely general dentists, although we'll probably have some specialists here, and I would love to have specialists here. But what makes, so again, going back to your question, is why is this all-in-4 course different? One, you're being taught by someone that gets what it's like to be a general dentist, meaning that we oftentimes feel like we're under the scrutiny of specialists. Secondly, if you've been following me at all, I'm the most I think I'm the most honest guy. I guess I shouldn't say, I think people think I'm honest. I'm not saying that other courses aren't honest. I'm just saying you're going to see a lot of my mistakes, my failures, the things I didn't know when I did it. And I'm going to show those cases and teach you how not to make those same mistakes.
Then they can learn from your mistakes.
Yep. The other thing that makes our course different is that we're doing 3 days instead of 2 days. Most of the ones out there are 2 days.
Yeah.
I have a full house in-house lab, and I think that makes me unique. I teach from a perspective of being a lab owner too, and so I assume I'm going to actually have technicians that are going to be there. how you communicate with labs, and we're going to show you how to do conversions, which is kind of one of those things that a lot of people don't teach. But I want to teach it to people out there because I see so much stuff that's really bad, really bad conversions. I see devices in people's mouths that are so poorly executed, where there's no hygienic qualities to it. They're really rough. The surface of the tissue is all over the place. The teeth are out, midline's off. And it's sad that patients have to go a long time with these temporaries, and then they're breaking constantly. I mean, if you've done any all-on-4s and your devices are breaking all the time, trust me, I've been there, and now I know how to avoid that. And so technicians are welcome, and you can buy the days individually too. In other words, you can if you want to come to just the conversion day, you're welcome to do that. But a general dentist just out of school would be amazing for you to see this. I think that doing it early in your career would be awesome. You probably may not be able to execute right away on some of the techniques and strategies because of experience, but coming back and doing some mentoring with me would help. The ideal doctor would be someone that has his own practice, so they're willing to spend a little money to come. Someone that has confidence in what they're doing as far as numbing people up, maybe doing single implants, starting to do it, but someone that really wants to grow their practice, right? Someone that's like, you know what, either they want to grow their practice or they want to cut back days, right? There's two different doctors. There's a doctor who wants to make more money, and there's a doctor that wants to make more time.
Yeah.
For me, I'm going to place my life that I'm more about making more time for myself. Right now, currently, this is one of my things I pride myself on, is that, I work one day clinically now, right? I never stopped working, so I'm still here, but I only have to be here in 1 day a week. And everything operates without me. But if you want to be able to make another $1 million in your practice or grow your practice, then this would be perfect. If you're like me and a lot of doctors, if you want to basically shave off 2 days of work and still maintain your income, this would be perfect for you. Our practice right now is open 3 days a week because we found that we can do as much in 3 days as we could in 5. And for me, if it was all about just money, I could open the practice the fourth and fifth day and continue to run the clinic. But that's why I'm down here. I'm pursuing my passion, which is teaching, mentoring. I'm eventually going to start coaching here really soon too. I'm already coaching, but I'm coaching on a higher level.
So if somebody took your course and then they went back to their own practice, what's some things that they could implement right away?
How to sell treatment. A biggest mistake doctors make is they treatment plan like they were taught in dental school. They act like scientists, or they take no responsibility and let their assistants do everything. And so they just come in and they diagnose without actually setting the frame up. Pre-framing a patient to understand the importance of what we do, right? Most doctors don't understand. They have a tough time selling just crowns and full mouth crown and bridge. But the reality is if you learn how to sell treatment, it really comes down to understanding the treatment enough that you value it. And here's where the experience is psychologically, a patient needs to realize that if they don't follow the protocols, if they don't follow the maintenance programs, then they do need to be responsible for it. Mm-hmm. And I wish someone had told me that 5 years, 6 years ago. This took 3 or 4 years of complete pain to figure out. Now, I don't get any flack back. People understand that, yes, every surgery has its risks. I, as a doctor, will take 85% of the risk, meaning that I will take 85% of the fee, but you are going to take 15%. Mm-hmm. But they have to have some skin in the game. I swear to God, guys, that I'm not the guy that's going to hold back and give you just so much that you feel so dependent on me. I'll teach you the point where you are able to leave here and execute surgically, prosthetically, and most importantly, I believe you have to learn how to sell it. You have to know how to sell it. If you don't know how to sell it, and selling is really simple. You influence someone enough to make them value what they really want. So you influence people to do the right thing for themselves. And so instead of going and buying a truck that's going to have a life of 5 to 15 years, you invest in your teeth that will affect every aspect of your life. Every time you smile, every picture you take, every time you talk to someone, every time you kiss your spouse, every time you interact with someone, those teeth are going to affect you. So when you frame it in such a way where you're helping them see the value of what you give, this is where you're going to start selling a lot more treatment. Mm-hmm. You're going to start closing a lot more cases. It's not I could be making a lot more money doing more surgery. The 3 days that we're going to spend in this room Like I could be making a ton more money if I just loaded my schedule up for surgery, but I wouldn't be doing what I feel like God sent me to do, which is I've been through the gauntlet. I've tackled the hardest cases. I've made the mistakes for everyone else, so I will be honest enough to help and guide you so you don't have to do the same things.
That's
So,
good.
anyways, so come to my freaking course.
Yeah, if you want more info, just go to dreamdentalinstitute.com and you can put in your email and it'll give you, it does have some doctor quotes on there from what they took away from the course. We're also doing 20% off, but it's only until December 31st.
Yeah.
And then we're removing it. So if you're really interested, I suggest you sign up before then and take advantage of that money.
So February 27th, 28th, and 29th.
Yep.
Okay, so
Salt
it'll
Lake
be
City, Utah.
3 solid days, Salt Lake City, Utah. We have tons of hotels around us. It's going to be great. Be a huge party. On top of that, I was just going to say, for my brothers that have already been to my course that are actually alumni, we have an additional $500 off for you guys if you want to come back. And I highly recommend coming back because it's I'm constantly changing. Since I've taught my last course, I've been to all over the world. I've been to Australia, Germany, Italy,
Israel.
France, Israel, all over the place. At every place I go, I pick up little pearls here and there. And so you'd want to come back and kind of see how I've adjusted my protocols. And so that's it. If I haven't convinced you, there's one other option you could do, and that is you could go and see what my last course was about. And then we have a paid one too. If you wanted to watch my a course that I did a year ago, just ask us, and this gal is going to make it happen for you.
It's normally $2,000, but right now it's on sale for $1,297 again until December 31st. So you could also do that as well.
Yeah.
But we recommend both. Like if you want to pick up what we learned last year and then advance it this year.
Yeah, my protocols have changed quite a bit. And my experience, now I'm doing zygoma implants, I'm doing surgeries, and everything that I've learned over the past 7 years is really coming together. Also, I think there'll be some great doctors there. I have a couple of guest speakers that I'm not going to announce quite yet, but I think that people will know them and really enjoy having them here. And so, but do yourself a favor, like start putting it in your head, is this something I really want?